Birdy Call, how to play. The object of the game is to collect the most eggs by matching bird calls with other players. For your first few games, or when playing with younger players, remove the Eggstra bird cards, the cards with the egg symbol in the top right, and return them to the box. There are 24 different birds, each with its species listed at the top and its bird call at the bottom. There are 2 copies of each species in the deck. Shuffle the deck, then deal each player 7 face-down cards for 3 players, 5 cards for 4 players, or 4 cards for 5 to 6 players. Players wait before looking at their cards. Place the remainder of the deck face down in the middle of the table, then place the 30 eggs next to it to form the egg supply. There are no turns. All play happens simultaneously. To start the game, count down from 3. On 0, every player picks up their cards and begins making bird calls based on the cards in their hand. You may not talk, but may only make the bird call sounds that are on the bottom of your cards. When you hear someone with a bird call that matches a card in your hand, respond to that call by repeating it back to them. Once they hear, both of you place your corresponding bird card face down on the table, then flip them over at the same time. If the birds don't match, you each return them to your hand and continue making bird calls for any of the cards in your hand. If they do match, then you each collect an egg from the center, and the matching birds remain face up on the table. Then you replenish your hand from the deck and continue making bird calls. If you ever have 2 matching bird cards in your hand at the same time, then place them face up on the table and take an egg. Then replenish your hand. When the center runs out of eggs, the game immediately ends and the player with the most eggs wins. If it is a tie, then the player with the fewest cards left in their hand wins. Still a tie, then the game ends in a draw. The Eggstra bird cards are special action cards you can use at any time. There are 3 of each in the deck. After playing an Eggstra bird card, draw a replacement. The special actions are: Mockingbird. Mimic the sound of any other player's bird call. After you both reveal your cards, the other player must take their bird card back into their hand, then give you one of their eggs while your Mockingbird remains on the table. Mute Swan. Secretly place this card face up on the table so everyone can see it. Then silently count down from 10. All the other players must become silent and put their hand face down on the table. The last player to do this must return 2 eggs back to the egg supply. If your silent count reaches 0 and there are still people making noise or haven't put their cards down, then all those players return 2 eggs to the supply. Once the mute swan is resolved, flip it face down on the table. Robin. Secretly place this card face up on the table so everyone can see it. Then try to steal an egg from another player without them noticing. If you succeed, then you keep the egg. If the victim catches you before the egg is lying still on the table in front of you, then they must make an angry bird call. If they do, then that egg is returned to them. When playing with robins, all eggs in front of players must be within reach on the table.